I was living with my cousin. I was going to bed one night and all I hear in the window is like tack, tack. And it just kept going and I'm like, what the heck? So I got up and I looked out the window and I'm on the second floor. My friend, he's down there and he's like calling me. He's like, hey, I need a place to sleep. I let him sleep over. The next morning, he took out his drugs and he started smoking it and I was like, whoa, what is that? He's like, it's ice. And I'm like, ice like the drug ice? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, oh, I want to try. I tried it and I was like, whoa, I freaked out. That's when it started. I started using slowly with him and I was working at a restaurant and I would have tip at the end of the day. So that was what I would use to get drugs. I started buying weed after work to buying meth after work and all my friends were like slowly seeing me not come around. It went crazy and spiraled downhill real quick from there. Quit my job, moved out of my cousin's house. I started staying with this friend. The drugs intensified my feelings, so I fell in love with him. I didn't know what it felt like to have a companion like that. So my boyfriend was the only one that mattered. I was slowly getting physically abused from him. If he had hit me, I felt like it was because of what I did wrong. I was in and out of jail for 5 to 6 years. The last time I ever went to jail, the person that I trusted the most turned his back on me. We were all in a stolen car. There was a gun and ammunition and drugs in the car. When I saw them pull it out, I was like, I'm going to jail for a really long time. They offered my boyfriend at the time a plea deal to testify against me. The person that I could depend on the most is willing to take a plea deal to testify against me so that he can go free and I'm gonna do multiple years in prison. And that was when I was like, you know what? I need to do this for myself. After a year in jail, I went to court and they were gonna release me, but I let the judge know, you need to keep me in jail. She said, out of my 35 years of being a judge, you're the first person to ask me to stay in jail. I said, Your Honor, it's time. It's time I start changing myself so that I can make a difference in the world. I stayed in jail for a year and a half. I was in charge of paperwork, and one day my paper was in the stack for people to get released, and I asked, sir, this is my paper. What is it doing in the stack? He goes, now's your time. They transported me from DOC straight to the hospital to get a medical clearance and straight to the Lighthouse Recovery Center, and my life has changed since then.
Release. Okay.
The Lighthouse is a treatment center for men who are struggling with substance use disorders. First time I met Joey, there was just something about his eyes. And I said, you're my favorite. Because there was some genuineness about him wanting to get out of that old life.
After 3 months, they gave me an option because I obtained a job. Do you want to pay your rent? Do you want to pay your power and water? So I started paying my power and water, and that's when I started feeling like an adult again. The Salvation Army was a really big stepping stone for me. I started thinking about maybe I want to work here. Then I graduated from the program in 2019.
I remember very specifically, it was a Friday, and then before you know it, Monday comes around and Joey's here. And he's answering the phones. He had a plan. He said when he graduates, he wants to come here and volunteer. And he did, Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, every single day.
From there, I gained full employment with the Lighthouse Recovery Center Salvation Army.
Joey's really good at his job, you know, he's a caseworker, and he's got a lot of qualities, good qualities.
One time, my ex contacted me and he said, can you come visit me? I said, no, but you can come see me. He goes, yeah, where at? I said, the Lighthouse Recovery Center. I promised myself and I told God, I said, no matter how much people hurt me in the drug world, I will never deny them treatment. To see and to know that I saved one more life from this evil drug, evil addiction, I'm all for it.
The beauty about Lighthouse is it fosters growth with the staff. He's actually growing professionally and emotionally, spiritually. It's all coming like a blooming flower.
It's a joy to watch them grow and, become a member of the community that they're supposed to be.
The future is very bright. Currently, I am the University of Guam's head volleyball coach, and we won our championship recently. I became an inspiration for my family. Who would have thought they would be coming to me for advice? I was the one that was influencing them to drink, and now I'm the one, influencing them to stop it. It's just amazing. Only by the grace of God that I'm here. The world needs change, and if I can make a difference one day at a time to help save a life, it's all worth it in the end.
If this video impacted you, like it and share it. We are always posting content, so don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for helping us share change.